Hare Krishna, a warm welcome to all of you for the eighth session of the Gita course level 2. Sunday evening is that time when we all come together and discuss something from Bhagavad Gita. And Sunday morning is a time when we discuss Bhagavatam. Yes. So let us offer prayers and start with today's session. Okay, please repeat after me. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mokam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate giri Yatkripatam vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Thank you all very much for joining today. Today's topic is going to be a bit high level on the spiritual platform. Anyways, all of you are now seniors in Krishna consciousness. You've spent a good number of months. Now it's the time to understand that how to behave and what should be our qualification as a disciple. And that's what is the topic for today. Ideal disciple. Last session we discussed about the ideal guru. This session we'll discuss about ideal disciple. But then before that, I would like to speak about the current situation that everyone is struggling with. Just, I guess, yesterday or day before yesterday, we got a call from a doctor. It was so unfortunate to hear from a doctor depressed. The lungs are almost damaged. Only few parts are working. But then most of it is damaged. And being a doctor, doctor knows, yes, doctor knows what is going to happen to himself. So with so much of depression, the person was speaking, so much of depression. And there was so much of pain in the heart, when we were hearing that. And not in a position to listen to anyone, not in a position to listen at all. It was almost like we were trying to help, we were trying to counsel, but then what to do? The situation is so critical that the person was not ready to listen at all. At that time, I was thinking that only those who have taken shelter of holy name of Lord Sri Krishna, taken shelter of the pastimes of Lord Krishna, teachings of Lord Sri Krishna, that person will be saved in this situation. Others cannot. What will they take shelter of when they're in critical situation? Tell me, what is there in their life? In general, people's life is really hollow. They don't have anything. The only thing that they have is money, and with money, whatever they want to buy, they have bought it. And okay, the house is filled with possession, etc., etc. That's there. But then, what is the use of all that? When in the critical situation they cannot help. Just imagine a person is sitting in the AC room and everything is very nice. A big 72-inch television is there, and whatever is needed is coming in front of him. But then he's about to die. Tell me, what is the use of it? I was just thinking that how sad the situation was, when we were speaking to that lady, that doctor. Is only when someone takes shelter of Lord Sri Krishna completely, that person will actually have the peace of mind, even in the most critical state of existence. And now, currently, the situation what the entire world is going through, people are dying like mosquitoes. And who knows, even we can be one of them in future, in next few weeks, a few months, whatever. But then, as I already said, we don't fear. We don't fear death. Why? Because we have taken shelter of holy name of Krishna. We have taken shelter of Krishna. And when we take shelter of Krishna, the faith is there in the devotee that yes, come what may, my Lord has the best plan for me. Yesterday also I was speaking to one of our devotees. I don't know if he's there, Murli Mohan Prabhu. I don't see him. So he and his entire family is affected by COVID. He's one of our very sincere participant of Gita course. He, his wife, and both kids are affected by COVID. So I called him yesterday, and then I asked him, so I heard that you're positive. He said, yes, Prabhuji, I'm positive. I said, what, inside or outside? You're selling both, Prabhuji, inside and outside. So I told him, see, now the situation is very critical. So, okay, he's there. Now situation is very critical. Anything can happen. So he told a very nice point. He said, Prabhuji, I don't fear death. I've taken shelter of Krishna. I was feeling so nice that this is the success of Gita course, that someone takes shelter of Lord Sri Krishna. See, hearing the lecture and clapping, oh, very nice, Prabhuji, such an amazing class, and then noting down some points, all that is okay. But in the critical situation, what the person does, that actually determines how much he has heard in all the classes. Yes, even our Sapna Mataji, I guess she is also there. When she was chanting, even in the hospital, lying on the bed and attending the Gita course session, lying on the bed in the hospital, that gave so much of bliss to me. Because this is actually the right thing to take shelter of now in the current situation. Srimad Bhagavatam, there's one very beautiful shloka which goes like this. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibiritam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvigrenanti Bhuridajanaha. This particular shloka tells what is actually our shelter. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam. So here the devotees are praying to Krishna and they're saying Tava katha. Oh Krishna, your katha, your pastimes, your teachings. And that is Krishna katha. Katha of Krishna and katha by Krishna. That is Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. They're saying Tava kathamrita. It's amrita. This katha is actually amrita. So it is said there are two amrit which Krishna has given to all of us. One is called as Charanamrit, and the other thing is called as Kathamrit. So what is Charanamrit? When Vamandev, he extended his feet and his entire body, and when he lifted his feet, it actually touched the material covering, and the beautiful transcendental river, she started flowing, and that is Ganga, that we have in this world, in material world. So this is Charanamrit of the Lord, because that water washed the lotus feet of the Lord and has come to this place. But the problem is that this Charanamrit, it cannot go to every place. One has to go to that place to get purified. One has to go take bath and things like that, and then the person will be purified. But look at Kathamrit, the Katha of Krishna and Katha by Krishna, that is Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. They reach each and every house. Now see, all of you are sitting in your homes and you all are listening. So this Kathamrita is actually the life of Tapta Jivanam, all those people who are there in this world suffering and always in misery. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham. What does this Katha does? What does this Katha does? It removes all the misery of the person, all the suffering. Suffering will be there outside. No one can remove suffering on the gross platform. But then that suffering cannot touch the person. Like when we carry the umbrella, the rains cannot touch us. Similarly, when someone carries Krishna in the heart, Krishna Katha in the heart, Krishna Nam on the tongue, such a person will not be touched by the suffering. It will be there. It will be there. But he will not be touched. Kalmashapaham kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravana mangalam. Just by hearing, what happens? Just by hearing, all auspiciousness will come. Shravana mangalam, all auspiciousness will come. Shravana mangalam Srimadattatam. And the person will gain lots and lots of strength, lots and lots of power. This is the glory of Krishna Katha. And this is what we have to take shelter of. When we take shelter of Krishna Nam and Krishna Katha, in every situation we will be saved. I mean, on the subtle platform. Gross platform anyways, when we took birth, our expiry date is already stamped. So that we don't know and we don't care about it. It's okay. But what we care about is on the subtle platform, we should be stable. As devotees, on the subtle platform, on the spiritual platform, we have to be stable. So depression and devotee, they are two opposite words. A devotee cannot be depressed. Hope this makes it very clear. Yes, a devotee cannot be depressed. And all of y'all, it's my humble request. Suppose if the situation comes to you, be very intelligent to take shelter of Krishna. And if it's too much, you're not able to bear the situation, we are always there. Please give us a call. Please text us, please message us or call us. We'll speak. And just by speaking, with devotees, even if they don't give any solution, come on, devotees are not doctors where they will cure or remove the virus from within. But the virus which is there in the mind, that devotees can remove. Yes. So on this note, I offer my prayers to the Lordships, that the Lordships protect you all, protect all of you all on all the platform, gross platform, subtle platform, spiritual platform. And may you all get strength in every situation in life by taking shelter of Lord Sri Krishna. So let us start with today's session. Today's session is a very nice session, a very deep session, which talks about a disciple, ideal disciple. So till now we have seen various aspects of ideal guru. Yes. So we saw, I'll just go through the slides. We saw about the ideal guru, and we saw how Prabhupada is an ideal guru. But then before becoming the ideal guru, Prabhupada was an ideal disciple. Anyways, we'll discuss about that also. So he has set an example of being ideal. And from him, we learn various things. We dedicate our entire presentation. Why just presentation? We dedicate our entire life at his lotus feet. So we had various discussion on what is the real knowledge. That is character and sense control. Then we talked about the importance of disciplic succession. That how Krishna establishes the disciplic succession, he maintains it. And whenever it breaks, he comes and he sets it right. And these were the different shlokas from 4th chapter that we saw. And Krishna is very clear that one should be part of Guru Parampara. And he himself, he accepted a guru whose name was Sandipani Muni. And then he is talking, or Lord Sri Krishna has established the 4 authorized paramparas. We had a detailed discussion on this. We have the Kumara Sampradaya, which was led, or the leading acharya of the Sampradaya are the 4 Kumaras and the Nimbarkacharya. And then the next is Rudra Sampradaya. Lord Shiva was the first personality to receive Lord Krishna, knowledge from Lord Sri Krishna. And the acharya in the line is Vishnu Swami, the prominent acharya. Then we have Sri Sampradaya, where Lord or Goddess Lakshmi was the one who received knowledge from Lord Sri Krishna, the knowledge of devotional service. And the prominent acharya is Ramanujacharya. And Brahma Sampradaya, so Brahma was that personality who received knowledge from Lord Sri Krishna about devotional service. And the prominent acharya is Madhvacharya. And in ISKCON, we follow this sampradaya called Brahma Sampradaya. And qualities of spiritual master, we saw that he should be a person who knows Krishna in truth, tattvataha. And these are the different qualities. He should be a part of the Guru Parampara, very, very important. He should understand, he should know the essence of the Vedic scriptures. And the essence of Vedic scriptures is Krishna. To surrender onto the lotus feet of Krishna, that is what is the essence. And he himself should strictly follow the principles given. Yes. And obviously, he has to be empowered by the Lord or by his own spiritual master. And then he should be capable, he should be qualified enough to free the disciples from cycle of birth and death. And he's an acharya. Acharya means the one who sets an example by his own achar, by his own activities. Obviously, he has to be sense controlled. And a very important point, that he should strictly preach from the Vedic scriptures, not to please people. And then many people might have this question, but there are many good people. Good gurus are there, but they're not in parampara. What to do with them? So they might have good intention, but then we don't know if they will take us to the right destination or not. See, intention are okay, but then just by intention of the person on the spiritual side, I'm saying, just the intention will not help, because the person should give the right knowledge and the person should help people in general to get closer to Krishna, to break the cycle of birth and death. And obviously we said, to know the genuine guru, we should know his qualities. And for that, we need to read Bhagavad Gita. So till here we had covered last time. So let's start with today's session. It's a very, very important session, and I'm sure many of you might not realize the importance of it now. But I'm sure after 5 years of practicing Krishna consciousness, again, when you go back to this video and see this, different slides and different qualities, then you'll realize that what was spoken 5 years back. But still, I'm sure many of you will be able to realize many points from this presentation. So the qualities of ideal disciple, one of the important shloka from Bhagavad Gita. It goes like this. Please repeat after me. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshanaha. So this is a very, very important shloka from Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 34th verse. It says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshanaha. Different qualities are given here, different qualities of a disciple. It says, Tadvidhi pranipatena. The first thing that the person should do is pranipat, surrender to a guru, pranipatena. Pariprashnena sevaya. Then he should render service to Sri Guru. And after that, what he's supposed to do? He can ask questions. He can ask questions. Pariprashna. Why so much the person has to do, to a guru? Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Because if they are merciful and if they instruct us on the path of devotional service, we will get delivered. And how can they instruct us? Because they're tattva darshinaha. They have already attained Krishna. They know, they've seen the truth, they've seen Krishna. They are in touch, or they're in constant connection with Krishna. So they're eligible to give us Krishna. So that is the reason this disciple should go and humbly serve. Now here, a very important point is why a disciple should do seva. Let's try to understand why a disciple should be humble. So these are the different points that we need to discuss. We'll go one point by point according to the qualities that we have put here in the slide. Yes. This is the first thing. Desire to be liberated and be engaged in service of Lord Krishna. Prabhupada, he writes in the purports that when a devotee, when a person has got sincere desire in the heart that I want to break the cycle of birth and death, or before this, I want to understand what is the goal of life. If a sincere desire is there in the heart that I want to understand what is the goal of life, athato brahma jigyasa, inquiring about the higher truths. If someone has that inquisitiveness in the heart, next level is someone who is eager, very eager, to understand the truths of spiritual life. Next level of that is someone who is very eager to attain perfection of human form of life. For such people, Krishna, he will arrange a spiritual master who will enter that person's life and give the right knowledge at the right time. So this desire has to be there in the heart. See, this desire is very, very important. If we don't have desire, if the person's desire is only not proper, then things will not manifest in spiritual life. So if you have noticed in my classes, I keep focusing on one point again and again and again, that in this very lifetime, we have to attain Krishna. We have to break the cycle of birth and death. This is what is a desire that the living entity should have, the human being should have. When this desire becomes strong, with time we will see miracles one after another in our life. Because now what we are aiming for is something very, very higher. And when we aim for something high, and when we are literally praying to the Lord for the same, Lord will arrange everything. Now the question is, how will the Lord understand? Because the Lord is Paramatma in everyone's heart. When the Lord is Paramatma in everyone's heart and he sees the desire in the heart, oh, this person has a desire to come back to me. This person wants to understand something about me. He, as Paramatma, in the heart of the Guru, he will send that exalted personality at that place. And very, very nice example is Dhruv Maharaj. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there's an example of Dhruv Maharaj. So what happened is, Dhruv Maharaj, he was insulted, in one situation. And then he decided, that I have to meet Vishnu. Only he can give me the solution. His mother told him like that. And he said, okay, I want to meet him. And he had an intense desire. He had an intense desire. I want to see Vishnu. I want to see Vishnu. And he has entered the forest searching for Vishnu. And at that time, Narad Muni, out of nowhere, he just comes to that place. Now it is very clear here that Dhruv Maharaj, he had the intense desire to meet Vishnu or Lord Sri Krishna. And Narad Muni was sent by Lord Sri Krishna, go and help my devotee. And then Narad Muni starts testing him. Guru will test the person has the right desire or not. So Narad Muni started testing him. He started testing him, saying, what do you want? Why are you entering? You're a small boy. He was just 5 years old at that time. He said, see, you're a small boy. What are you doing here in the forest? You should go back home. Go play. And then after hearing all that, Dhruv Maharaj very humbly he said, see, if you can help me, you help me. If you cannot, please allow me to leave. Hare Krishna. I'm here searching for Vishnu. I want to attain him. That was the mood of Dhruv Maharaj. And then Narad Muni, seeing the intense desire in the heart of Dhruv Maharaj to attain the ultimate perfection in life, then he gave a lot of instructions, one after another. And following that instruction, Dhruv Maharaj, in 6 months, he attained Lord Sri Krishna. So The first thing or the first qualification of the disciple, all the ones are noting it down, please note it down. First qualification is desire to attain ultimate perfection in life, that is, to desire to attain Krishna this very lifetime. This is the first qualification of the disciple. Second one. Second qualification of the disciple is this: not looking for anything cheap. We see in this world that most of the people, most of the population of this world, they're very much eager to live a very, very nice, luxurious, materialistic life. They want to live a very, very nice, peaceful, satisfied, sense gratificatory life. Yes. Where all the time they want to just enjoy, all the time. This is the slogan of this world: enjoy till the last breath. People just want to enjoy. And now what happens is, in material enjoyment, let's understand this topic, very, very important. Now, materially, what we are supposed to get, who will decide that? Our karma will decide. Now, we don't know our karma, that what we have done in the past and what reactions are going to manifest now in this particular life. Okay, we might be expecting that I want this, I want that, I want this for my enjoyment, that for my enjoyment. All that is okay. We are desiring that. But now the question is, what is the guarantee that our past karma was really that great that whatever we desire will come? So when we are desiring something material in this world, you know what happens? At that time, we want to enjoy, with those things. And when we don't get it, we become morose. And then people start searching shortcuts to how to get it. And those people who have these cheap desires, to get settled in this world, to enjoy in this world and things like that, they are cheated by the cheaters. Then the person will go to a dhongi sadhu and he'll say that, I'm not getting a job. Can you please tell me what to do? And the sadhu will say, that dhongi will say that, so simple. Take this bhasma. From somewhere he'll remove and then give. Take this bhasma. Apply every day and you'll get a job. And sometimes people will go that I'm working in this office for such a long time. There's no promotion. There is no hike, no bonus. Oh, what to do? And the person will tell that, do one thing. Keep a bundle of 10 rupee note in your locker and always keep seeing it again and again and again. You'll get promotion. There are some other sort of gurus who give different wonderful solutions. When it comes to business, suppose a person goes and he says, my business is not going well. Now see, when it comes to job, when it comes to business, all this, we have to understand what we have to do is we have to give our 100%. That's it. That is what is in our hand. We have to give our 100% when we work. That result that is going to come, and that is not in our hand. Those higher powers will decide based on our past karma. But then people have got such cheap desires that, no, I want promotion, I want hike because I want to buy this, I want to enjoy this. And because of that, what happens? These dongis who are there, they will take the advantage. Oh, my business is not going well. Oh, Babaji, please help me. And then he'll say that give Narabali, give the bali of this animal or that human or whatever. And people do it. Educated people do it. Why? Cheap desires. I'm not getting a proper match. Please help me. And then he'll say something rubbish. The most worst thing which I heard was, my wife is not getting, or my wife is not able to beget a child. Babaji, please do something. Babaji, please do something. And Baba, on the spiritual platform, let's understand. Okay, in your karma, that is not there. So you're not able to beget a child. It's okay. What is the problem? No. Without child, how can we live? Everyone has a child. Even we have to prove ourselves in the society. We also want. And then these people will go to such dongi sadhus. And I heard something very abominable. One of the dongis, he said that allow your wife this particular night to serve me. And then she'll be able to beget child. And people do this. People do this. Why? Cheap desires. Cheap material desires will actually help the cheaters to cheat these people who are ready to get cheated. So a disciple or a person or a spiritualist shouldn't have cheap desires. He should have a strong desire. If someone goes to such dongi sadhus and say that I want to attain Krishna this very lifetime, they'll be completely blank. They'll not be able to give any solution to that. But then someone goes and says that very, very eagerly, with a lot of intensity, that I want a job, I want promotion, I want a good match, I want a child, I want this, I want that. And they take maximum advantage of it. And sometimes whatever stupid solution they give, coincidentally, it works. And then that one person or two people who have got that solution and it has worked, they'll go and do prachar of that. And that's how these dongi sadhus become famous. Whose mistake? Not the dongi sadhus. Why a dongi sadhu is coming up in this world? Because of the person's cheap desire. Since he has a cheap desire, he wants some solution, he wants some fake shelter, he goes and he starts searching, and these people emerge one after another after another. All over the world, there are so many dongi sadhus. Yes. Nowadays, people want peace, people want happiness. And many so-called gurus and sadhus, they are doing lots of nonsensical things. And they give nonsensical mantras. And to get mind satisfaction, you just sit at one place and you chant anything. You chant anything. You sit at one place, chant anything. Since you're sitting at one place and then you're chanting something and you're not focusing on anything, mind will get satisfied. What is the problem? Mind will feel good. Mind will feel relaxed. But what is the use of that? Now for a few minutes the mind is getting relaxed, but then as soon as the person gets up from there, again the same thing. But the true mantra, like for example Mahamantra that is there, when we chant Mahamantra, what happens? Our heart gets cleansed. The negativity that is there in the mind, that is removed. And when that is removed, the person will become actually relaxed. Actually relaxed. Yes. Not for a moment. Relaxed for his entire life. So in this way, we understand that when we have cheap desires and approach a cheap person, we'll get cheap solution. And when we implement that, it will be a complete disaster in life. Yes. So the desire should be very, very proper. What is the desire? I want to attain perfection. I want to attain Krishna this very lifetime. I want to break the cycle of birth and death. This is what is the desire that a spiritualist should have, an ideal disciple should have. Next quality. Let's see the next quality now. Humble in attitude. So this is the third quality that we are discussing. Humble in attitude. Now in the verse that we just saw, this is Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So when can we do seva to someone? When we are humble in front of that person. Now there's a question here. Why should we do seva? Is it that that person needs our seva? Someone told me that Guru needs our seva, so we should do seva. It's not that Guru needs our seva. He's a pure devotee. He can get celestial beings for his seva. It's not that we have to go and do his seva. But we serve so that we take a humble position in front of him. In this world, taking a humble position in front of anyone is very, very difficult. Very difficult. Because what we are trained for is to become arrogant in every situation. That's what we have been trained for. Subtly. No, it's not an explicit training. It's a subtle training. Where we have been taught right from childhood. No need to listen. No need to listen to people. Your ideas are the best ideas. Your opinions are the best opinions. Always stick to your views and your opinions. So because of this, what happens is the head is always high. And the person cannot submit himself in front of another person. And especially when it comes to spiritual life, it's very, very easy to understand. Even in our day-to-day material life, the water flows from higher level to lower level. And then when it comes to potential, even from the potential also, it flows from higher potential to lower potential. Yes. In this way, everything flows from higher to lower. Similarly, the knowledge, blessings, and all this will flow from higher to lower. Now, if we, as a disciple, if we don't take a lower position and we say, no, I'm also equal to your Guru, then what will happen? There's no flow of mercy, there's no flow of knowledge, no flow of blessings. But then when someone takes a lower position and when he serves, blessings, knowledge, mercy, everything will flow. And when someone is humble, what happens when someone is humble? He is the right vessel to receive the mercy that is coming. When someone is not humble, that person is like a flat plate without any edge. It's a flat, it's completely flat. Or you can say flat slab. Now you pour water on it. What will happen? It will flow away. Nothing will stay on that flat surface. Similarly, when the person is not humble, he's not the right vessel. He's like a flat surface. And the Guru wants to give mercy because sadhus are very merciful. They want to give mercy. He's showering mercy. Mercy is coming, but then what is happening? It's flowing. Right? So humility is something which is very, very important in spiritual life, especially in front of Guru. One should be very humble. And when he's humble, and when the Guru sees that he's humble and ready to receive my instructions, Guru will give instructions, right? Spiritual instructions for his progress. But then if the Guru sees that, okay, he's arrogant anyways, I think he knows what he's supposed to do. Guru will say, okay, continue. Whatever you're doing is correct. Beautiful. Very nice. Go ahead. Go ahead. So what happens here? We miss the opportunity to get the right instructions. Yes, we miss it completely. And the Guru will not take our responsibility. He'll say, TK, you are anyways, very confident in your own life. Go ahead. You can do it. He'll become a motivational speaker. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. So in this way, the important quality of a disciple is that he should be humble and he should render service to Guru so that he becomes he gets the right vessel. The heart will become favorable. It will become a right vessel to receive the mercy that is coming from the Guru. Hope, this point is very clear. So Guru does not need our seva. Guru is not expecting that we should become humble. But when we become humble, when we serve the Guru, we become the right vessel to receive the mercy. And mercy is that which will actually take us back home, back to God. Mercy is something that will pull us in spiritual life. It will take us to another level in Krishna consciousness. So it is very, very important to remain humble in spiritual life, especially when we are dealing with Guru. Next quality. Now, this is a quality about inquiring submissively about spiritual subjects. So that shloka said, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Pariprashna. So it's very important to inquire submissively that, oh Gurudev, this is what is my doubt. Now, can you please clarify? Sometimes what happens is our arrogance, our pride does not allow to be submissive and to speak submissively. So what happens? The person challenges the Guru. No, how can you say this? This is what it is. This is what I have heard. What do you say? And the Guru will say, okay, whatever you have heard is correct. Go ahead, do that. At that time, the Guru will block himself from giving the knowledge. So it's very important that we submissively approach. That submissive attitude is very, very important. See, all these things I'm telling after we understand the Guru is genuine. After we clarify or after we test the Guru that he's genuine. And how do we test? We know the qualities now. So we test, and when he's genuine, then we become submissive. Not that we become submissive to anyone and everyone. No. When we understand that he's a genuine Guru in the parampara, and he knows the Vedic scriptures, he knows the essence of it. When we understand all these points, then when we submit to him, or when we come closer to him, then when we submissively inquire that please help me, at that time, the right knowledge will flow. And when we ask the right questions, right answers will come. Yes. So this is a very important point. And in front of the Guru, it is said that the disciple should act like a fool. A disciple should act like a fool in front of the Guru, not acting like, oh, I know everything. Yes. I've personally seen that how the great souls, when they come in front of their spiritual master, they take such a humble position. And naturally, they'll ask questions in a very, very humble mood. Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, he would be so humble in front of his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. It is said that whenever Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would be there, Prabhupada would humbly approach, and then he would serve him in various ways, directly, indirectly, and he would receive instructions from him. So in this way, the Acharya has already set the example that how we should submissively inquire from the spiritual master. So in this way, we see that a spiritual master will give the right instruction, right knowledge, right answers when we ask the right questions. Yes. So these are the four qualities that we have covered. The next one, and I guess it's the last one, is this: desire to render service to spiritual master and the Vaishnavas. Now, this is a desire that comes automatically after we come to Krishna consciousness. That I want to serve. In material life, what happens? We want to receive service from others. Yes. It is very clearly seen. I was giving a class to, I guess it was ISKCON Columbus, Ohio. So there I was giving, obviously through Zoom, I didn't fly there. So through Zoom, I was giving a class, and then at the end, when the realization session was there, so one person spoke, one devotee spoke, and he gave a wonderful realization. He said that it's very important to serve, but then he was talking about himself very nicely. He said, but then I expect service. I want my wife to serve me. I want my kids to serve me. And this is how it is. The material world is all about. We want to take service. We don't want to serve. This is a very, very normal course of action in this world. Why should I serve someone? I'm great. I should receive service. Yes. Same mood is there everywhere. And this I should receive service actually is a mode of exploitation. Why is he not doing service to me? Obviously, not this statement might not come in our mind, but then we'll always think, why I wanted this, why is he not giving to me? Why is he not doing what I have told? Etc. 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 You analyze for yourself. Even for me also, even now, this mood comes, that yes, I should accept the service and not that I should serve. But in spiritual life, when we come, when our heart is cleansed sufficiently, when we keep chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and when we keep hearing the discourses on Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand, Are Baba, I'm eternal part and parcel of Krishna. Yes, Krishna says that Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Everyone is my part and parcel. And what is our Swarupa? Jivera Swarup hoy Krishna Nityadas. We are Das of Krishna. So when we are Das of Krishna, when we are servant of Krishna, what happens is when we understand that theoretically at least that I'm servant of Krishna, and theoretically understand that every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna, and especially devotees are very, very close to Krishna. They're very dear to Krishna. At that time, automatically the desire comes that I want to serve the devotees. Yes, I want to serve the devotees. They're so dear to Krishna. And actually, you see, devotees are very special. Why? Entire world wants to do sense enjoyment. But the devotees are the ones who want to attain Krishna. They want to serve Krishna. They want to propagate this message of Krishna consciousness all over. Without thinking twice about one's own self, they want to render service to other people so that they can become devotees. Tell me, aren't they special? Yes, they are. In this world of selfish attitude, in this world of selfishness, exploitative nature of people, imagine there are selfless people also existing, and they are devotees. They're like the precious jewels, in this entire garbage world. This entire world can be compared to a garbage bin, and the devotees are like those precious jewels around, in that. So when we come in association of them, naturally that desire comes. Oh, I want to serve a devotee. Yes. So in this way, an ideal disciple is the one who has these wonderful qualities. Let me summarize once again. So these are the qualities. First, one should have the right desire. And what is that right desire? The right desire is I want to attain perfection. I want to attain Krishna. I want to serve Krishna. This is the first thing. Second, he is not looking for anything cheap. He's not very keen about getting something cheap enjoyment in this world, but the material enjoyment. Because now he understands that everything is temporary in this world. Why should I hanker for anything in this world? Let me go to a higher level. And then he starts thinking about something higher, expecting something higher. Third, one should be in humble attitude and render service to the Guru. Why we have to be humble? Why we have to serve? So that we become the right patra or the right vessel to receive the mercy of Sri Guru. Yes? And then when we go to the spiritual master, when we approach the spiritual master, what is the mood? Our mood is, I'm a fool number one. I don't know anything. I want to inquire from you. And that inquiry is done in a very, very submissive attitude after rendering service. And this submissive inquiry will get very, very strong instructions from the spiritual master, which will pull us to advance on the path of spirituality. And finally, the last one. When we attend various discourses on Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, when we keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when our consciousness gets cleansed slowly and steadily, when we come to a certain level in spiritual life, what happens? We start realizing how special the devotees are, how special these wonderful personalities are, who are actually helping people selflessly, who actually are selfless in their attitude, and who have a very high goal to attain Krishna. Automatically our heart melts and we want to serve. We want to serve devotees. These are the 5 wonderful qualities of a disciple. And with time, we all need to imbibe these qualities. See, when we expect the guru to be ideal, even we should have ideal qualities. If the disciple is ideal, we'll get an ideal guru. Yes. If the disciple is a rogue, a rowdy, what do we expect? Guru will also be like that. We'll also get the guru like that. If we want to get cheated, if we don't have proper qualities, we'll get a cheater in our life. And Prabhupada said that till the point people want to get cheated, cheaters will be there. And very true. In this world, we can see that. So in this way, we understand that the disciple should have these qualities, a very, very, very important set of qualities that we discussed. Now let's try to understand another important thing. What is the treasure of a disciple? What is that precious thing that the disciple has? And that is instructions from Guru. That is the precious thing that a disciple has in his life. Because let's try to understand why is it so important. Let's understand our current situation. See, our situation is, our mind is contaminated. From many, many lifetimes, we've got all abominable desires. Even now, when we come to devotional service, what happens? Even when we want to practice bhakti very nicely, our mind will not allow. When we want to sit and chant, mind will say, no, it's okay. Why are you doing it now? We'll do it later. Do it later and later and later, and it becomes night. And then the mind will say, let's do it tomorrow. See, night is not a good time to chant. Let's do it tomorrow. And then when it comes to following the regulative principles, the mind will say, no. Why to follow these 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication? Oh, you have been doing this right from childhood. Continue doing. Now, why you have to hear to someone? So like this, the mind will keep tricking every now and then. Tell me, what is the hope? What is the hope for a living entity to advance on the path of Krishna consciousness and come back to God? Tell me, what is the hope? If the person is just relying on one's own mind, taking shelter of his mind and listening to the mind, he will always be stuck in the cycle of birth and death forever. But then, Guru, the word Guru means heavy. And Sadhu means to cut. So a Sadhu Guru is there. He will give very strong instructions. And when the disciple follows that instruction, you know what happens? He is literally pulled out from his miserable state, pulled out from the state where he's completely bound, and he's taken to another level. So these instructions given by Guru are the treasure of a disciple. And what should the disciple do as soon as he receives the instruction? The instruction is given. We have to execute the instruction. Now we might not like the instruction. Now when I say we, basically it means the mind. Mind will not like the instruction given by the Guru, because the Guru will speak something ultimate. And the mind will say, no, if you follow that, you'll not be able to enjoy, and so on and so forth. So mind will not like. But still, the disciple, when he forces himself to execute the instruction, what happens? He goes to the next level of Krishna consciousness, next level in spiritual life. He advances very, very fast in Krishna consciousness. So accepting instructions or holding those instructions in our heart, meditating on those instructions, and trying to execute those instructions, this is actually the treasure of a disciple. Yes. So only when a disciple is humble and he's ready to receive instructions, the instructions will be given. And as soon as the instruction comes, he should implement it immediately. Or at least try to meditate on it. Okay, I've been told to do this. And Prabhupada did this. You see, when it comes to Srila Prabhupada, what happened? He got the first instruction by spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Instruction was that you preach in English language, or you preach to the English speaking people. And throughout the life, Prabhupada was just meditating on this. How can I do this? How can I do this? How can I do this? And at the ripe age of 70, when he traveled to West, obviously a lot of compassion he had for people. But at the same time, he was meditating on the instruction that, yes, I want to fulfill the instruction given by my spiritual master. And to please his spiritual master, to fulfill the instruction of his spiritual master, Prabhupada went to West, having, even when he was going through terrible phase of existence on this the Jaladuta ship. Still, he went there. And there also, I'm sure all of you were there in those sessions which I took on Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada series. Even when he went to West, it was not a very nice fun time there. He has struggled so much. Even in India, he struggled so much. But then he wanted to execute the instruction. He was always meditating. I want to preach this message. I want to preach this message. And just see, because he was meditating on the instruction and he started implementing that instruction, look at what has happened now. ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which is giving shelter to so many people all around the world. So many people. Lives are transformed as soon as someone comes to ISKCON and then starts hearing discourses. Lives are transformed completely. A different perspective is given altogether. And the person is able to literally march towards the ultimate goal. That one person, Srila Prabhupada, since he executed and meditated on the instruction of his spiritual master, this miracle has happened. No one in the past, no Acharya in the past has done this, to go and give Bhagavad Gita to people all around the world. Max to max, the Acharyas in the past, anyone for that matter, they all have preached in this India, in this map. That's it. They have not crossed the ocean and went to West. But since the instruction was given and Prabhupada executed, we have this miracle where today Bhagavad Gitas are available in all the possible languages and all around the world. And people are reading it, people are understanding it, people are implementing it in their day-to-day life. This is the glory of executing. This is the glory of meditating on the instruction and executing the instruction. This is the treasure of a devotee's life. Yes. I would like to give a very, very nice example from our history of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. And this example will tell us that how a disciple should behave in front of the Guru. One of my favorite personality, Narottam Das Thakur. So Narottam Das Thakur is one of the leading acharyas, in our entire line. And his bhajans are really very wonderful. Maybe after a few months or years, when we start reading those bhajans and singing those bhajans, we'll relish. Very, very wonderful, very deep bhajans he has written. So Narottam Das Thakur was told by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, in a dream, that go to Vrindavan and take shelter of Lokanath Goswami. Now, let me describe both the personalities. Please hear very carefully. It's very, very purifying. And if we hear it carefully, what happens is, we'll also get that desire, what Narottam Das Thakur had. So Narottam Das Thakur got this instruction. And then he also got this desire that I should go and take shelter of Lokanath Goswami. And then he goes to Vrindavan. He directly goes to Lokanath Goswami. And Lokanath Goswami is another very, very exalted personality in our Sampradaya. Very, very exalted. See, these personalities, they have already attained Krishna. So they are very, very exalted. So Lokanath Goswami, on a very, very high platform of Krishna consciousness, he would be completely immersed and absorbed all the time, chanting the holy names of the Lord, serving Lord Sri Krishna in various ways. So Lokanath Goswami, such a simple, humble Vaishnav, he would never accept service from anyone. He just had one set of clothes And then he would go to bath, take bath, and he'll take bath, wash those clothes, and then wear those clothes and come. And then when it comes to cleaning the place, he'll clean himself. When it comes to eating, he'll hardly eat something. And all the day, what he'll be doing is sitting and chanting. Very, very exalted personality, very, very simple, humble, extremely humble. Now, this personality was approached by Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur wanted to take initiation or take shelter of Loknath Goswami. He wanted to dedicate his life at the lotus feet of Loknath Goswami. And Loknath Goswami had taken a vow. What was the vow? He had taken a vow that I will never accept any disciples. Out of his humility, thinking that I'm not eligible. How can I initiate someone? How can I give Diksha to someone? I'm not eligible, so I'll not give Diksha to anyone. And now Narottam Das Thakur has got an instruction that go take Diksha from Loknath Goswami, take his shelter. And Narottam Das Thakur comes to Vrindavan, to the hut, to the hermitage of Loknath Goswami. And Loknath Goswami was told again by the Lord in the dream that such a great personality is coming, like Narottam Das Thakur. Please receive him and do the needful. Now what happened? Narottam Das Thakur comes to Loknath Goswami. Loknath Goswami receives him very nicely, and then he gives him prasad and various things. The talk starts between the two. And Narottam Das Thakur, he starts saying that I'm not eligible. Oh Goswami, I'm not eligible to sit with you and have prasad. No ways I'm eligible. I don't have a guru. I'm not eligible. And Loknath Goswami starts laughing and he says, Arey, what are you saying? You have got direct mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself. What else you need? He says, yes, that is there. But still, it's the instruction of Lord Sri Chaitanya that one should accept Guru. But I don't have a Guru. Look at my situation. And at that time, Narottam Das Thakur, he says, can I ask you something, O Goswami? Can I ask you something? And Loknath Goswami says, yes, please go ahead. And Narottam Das Thakur, he says that I'm a fallen personality. I want someone to deliver me. And I've already given my heart to you, O Loknath Goswami. Please accept me as your disciple. And now Loknath Goswami is like, he has already taken a vow that he'll not give initiation, he'll not give Diksha, he'll not give shelter to anyone. So he said no, see, I don't accept anyone as my disciple. And Narottam Das Thakur was begging at his feet that please accept me. And looking at the situation, Narottam Das Thakur's situation, Loknath Goswami said, okay, you come after 1 year. For 1 year, keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and prove your sincerity. I want to see your sincerity. Once I see your sincerity, once I see that you're okay, then I'll give. This was just a trick, not to somehow make Narottam Das Thakur to leave the place. And then Narottam Das Thakur every single day, he would keep chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then he would go to serve. He would take only the remnants, the Uchishta of his Guru, and he'll try his best to do whatever service possible. Even after 1 year, Loknath Goswami was not inclined to give shelter to Narottam Das Thakur. Now what happened? Narottam Das Thakur, when he saw that there is no service that I can do to my spiritual master, so what he started doing is, every day in the morning, early morning, in the dark, Brahma Muhurta time, he would go and he would hide in the bushes. And at that time, there were no toilets. So his spiritual master, Loknath Goswami, would come in open, he would attend the nature's call and he would leave. And Narottam Das Thakur, he would go to that place, clean that place, clean the entire place, make it completely clean with his own hands. And then, he would leave. Now, every day, Loknath Goswami would come and he would see, Arey, this place is clean. How come? And every day this would happen. And one day, after attending the nature's call, what Loknath Goswami did was, he went and he hid behind the bushes. He wanted to see what is happening. And there comes Narottam Das Thakur out from the bushes. And then he goes and he's cleaning the place. Loknath Goswami, he goes crazy. He said, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And Narottam Das Thakur is like, I am doing this service to my Sri Guru. Look at the humility. Narottam Das Thakur, he belongs to a very, very aristocratic family. In fact, his father was a king, in one of the places in Bengal, in Keturi Gram. And very, very opulent. He would be staying in palace. And look at his humility. Now, to accept someone as Guru who is ready to serve the Guru, in such humble and menial way. And looking at the humility of Narottam Das Thakur, Loknath Goswami's heart melted, and finally, Loknath Goswami accepted Narottam Das Thakur as his disciple. Look at this wonderful exchange that is happening here. So in this way, we understand that how a disciple is supposed to behave, or how a disciple should serve the Guru. And obviously, the rest, whatever happened in the life of Narottam Das Thakur is a history where he attained perfection in life. So in this way, we understand how the disciple should behave. Yes. Now the question is, when it comes to Guru in ISKCON, or we all have accepted Srila Prabhupada as our Guru. So now we don't have physical service. What physical service will do? One important service that we all can do is something called as Vani Seva. Vani Seva means hearing the instruction of the Guru through his lectures very nicely. We have to hear whatever is spoken by Sri Guru. And when we accept Srila Prabhupada as our Guru, we have to hear Srila Prabhupada. Yes. We have to hear Srila Prabhupada very, very submissively, very, very attentively. What happens when we hear? It's a miracle which all of us will see. As soon as we start hearing the lectures of Srila Prabhupada, automatically there'll be a great transformation in our life. Yes. As soon as we hear, because see, understand, Prabhupada is a pure devotee of the Lord. If he was not a pure devotee, he couldn't have done this great transformation in so many people's life. He wouldn't have done this Herculean task of spreading the message of Bhagavad Gita all around the world. He is the eternal associate of the Lord, and he has done this miracle. And he's eligible to purify everyone. He has that qualification. He's a pure devotee. When he speaks, pure Vani is coming from his mouth. And when that enters the ears of the disciple, what happens? Now our heart will get cleansed. Yes. So it's very, very important, to hear the lectures of Srila Prabhupada. And when we hear the instructions given in the lectures, we have to follow as it is. And when we do that, we will see that how fastly we advance in the path of Krishna consciousness. We see that many, many people, all of you all, many times there are questions posted saying that how to advance very fast in Krishna consciousness. We can advance very, very fast in Krishna consciousness when we hear the instruction, implement the instruction. Yes. And Prabhupada has made it very clear. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. Follow 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. Read my books, distribute my books, and always stay in association of devotees. Now, these are different instructions that he has given. We have to just follow. And anyone who has followed, I have personally seen in my own life, when I see senior devotees who are following the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, they've gone to such a great height in Krishna consciousness. So what we need is, we need to hear very, very submissively. At least 10 minutes a day. At least 10 minutes. We should hear Prabhupada. Attentively we should hear. We should hear what is he saying. What he wants me to do. And we have to hear and execute. That is called as Vani Seva. And this Seva, we all can do. Wherever we are, now we can do this Seva. Right? So in this way, these are the different qualities of the ideal disciple. And anyone who really wants to progress on the path of Krishna consciousness should accept the Guru and take the instruction, execute those instructions, and just by executing the instructions, they will go to the next level of Krishna consciousness. Yes. And such a person will never be cheated, because he has got a sincere desire in the heart to attain ultimate perfection. That person will be blessed by Lord Sri Krishna by giving instruction through the Guru. Yes. So in this way, we understand who is an ideal Guru and who is an ideal disciple. And after understanding this, we have to see where do I stand now? Yes. Do I have these qualities? Am I doing what an ideal disciple should do? And accordingly, we should analyze, self-introspect, and accordingly transform ourselves by reminding ourselves and executing various instructions. With this, I would like to pause here. Today, I would like to take some 2 or 3 questions. If anyone has, you can ask questions. And then today we'll not chant now immediately. At 8:30, anyways, most of you are coming for 21 days challenge. There we'll do mantra meditation. Yes, any questions? Please ask. On YouTube also I can take questions. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Okay, Radhika Mata's question: if we do not have Guru, what to do? We have to search. We have to pray. Then we'll get. We'll get. And for us, all of us, we have Prabhupada as our Guru. So, what else we need? Yes, Prabhupada is our Guru. Yes, you're correct. Okay, we have a question from Sheetal. Who are Vaishnavas? All the ones who are worshippers of Lord Krishna or Vishnu, they are Vaishnavas. They are called as Vaishnavas. They are called as devotees. How many mala every day we should chant? So Prabhupada is instructed chant 16 rounds every day, which take 2 hours. But then for beginners, slowly we can progress, and in some months or years, we can come to 16 rounds. Why Lord Shiva has a different way of tilak? Now this is a question which is not related to current session. I'll answer this on Thursday. Is it possible to see Krishna this lifetime doing bhakti? Yes, that is what is human form meant for. What else human form is meant for? Manushya Janma Jar Krishna Darshanatar. Just this Manushya Janma we have got just to attain Krishna. There's no other goal of this life. No other goal. We are not here to prove ourselves in this world. We are here to practice bhakti and attain Krishna this very lifetime. There is no other goal apart from this. Yes. So yes, we can. When we should realize that yes, it is the time to take initiation. So when it comes to initiation, it's all about accepting the Guru from the heart. Now that time itself we are initiated. So first thing that we need to do is follow what is instructed by our preeminent Shiksha Guru, Srila Prabhupada. So when we follow that, and when we become qualified, and when we have actual that desire that yes, I want to accept a Guru, and then things will manifest. And that's long time. In ISKCON, initiation is not given so easily. So I myself took 6 years. After 6 years, I could get. One of the Japa talks, Prabhupada says Krishna is enjoyer and should not be enjoyed. Please explain. So Krishna is the proprietor of everything, and everything is meant for Krishna's pleasure in this world. Yes. And it's not that we have to enjoy Krishna. We have to serve Krishna. We have to give him enjoyment. We have to give him pleasure. And when it comes to serving Krishna, we are giving pleasure to Krishna. But then at times, when we try to be selfish and try to pester Krishna with our desires, it's like enjoying Krishna. Or enjoying this world, it's Krishna's property. We are trying to enjoy this world, that is enjoying Krishna. Yes. How to get closer to Srila Prabhupada? By hearing and reading. See, understand, only for us, Prabhupada has written books. Every night, Prabhupada would sleep at 10 o'clock, get up at 12 o'clock, and he would write books only for us. And he has written in a very, very simple format, in such genuine way that anyone can understand. Anyone can understand. Yes. So it's very important that we read Prabhupada books, all of us, and especially all of y'all. I'm very much. It's my duty to tell you all that you have to read Prabhupada books, and you have to come to a platform where you are understanding various things from that you have heard now, and also from the books when you're reading. Where once we start reading, we'll get so many realizations. And for you all, I've already told, those are few books which I told for the ceremony that we're going to have on 4th July, the oath taking ceremony. So where we have to read those books, Beyond Birth and Death, complete book. It's a small book. Then introduction and first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and first chapter of Science of Self-Realization. So we need to do that. Yes, because when we read Prabhupada books, we'll stay connected with Srila Prabhupada. That's what is very, very important. Yes. And also another thing is hearing Prabhupada lectures. Till date, No Acharya in our line, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. There is no Acharya whose audios are recorded. Yes. We are very, very fortunate. Before, when people want to hear from their Guru, they have to travel miles together, go to the ashram of the Guru, sit there and hear. But we are so fortunate, it is available for us. The audios are available. We can just hear. Simple. We can just hear. When we hear, now we'll get instructions. When we implement instructions, we'll advance. So this is how we get closer to Srila Prabhupada. Read Prabhupada books, hear Prabhupada lectures, and obviously now do service what Srila Prabhupada has told us. That is, preach this message of Krishna consciousness. Should the 16 rounds be continuous? Ideally, in ISKCON, we start chanting at 5:30 till 7:30. So 16 rounds continuously we do. But then it need not be continuous in the initial stage because we don't have that much of taste for chanting. And maybe we might not have time also. So it's okay. We can divide it in the entire day and then we can chant. In spite of having a good background, why did you join as a full-time? You might have practiced bhakti by doing your material duties. Who will give classes to you all if I go to job? Yes, who will counsel people? If I have a job, I'll be busy. I get one weekend, I'll rest. Why should I? Why should I do this? It was my desire to serve people. Yes, I wanted to serve people and I wanted to help them to progress in the path of Krishna consciousness. When it comes to marrying and accepting a family, I'll have 4 people to take care of. Yes. But now I've got such a big family. See, I have 101 family members here. And it's my service. It's our service. Yes. I always wanted to be a soldier in this mission of Srila Prabhupada in propagating the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Because we need many, many people in order to propagate. Obviously, one can be in a married life and also propagate the knowledge. But then, time factor matters. Personal life is also there. When it comes to a monk, there is no personal life. It's everything is public. So I wanted to live a public life, so I accepted this. Hope it answers your question. How to, when we pray for others, ego should not come. I did not understand your question. You can repeat your question. Could you elaborate or tell the story about auspiciousness of today's Ekadashi? Oh, that will be a long story. I'll post it now. I'll post it in all the groups. You all can read before taking rest. Prabhupada Vani, which one or any particular order we should follow? Yeah, we do have an order. We have to hear Bhagavad Gita lectures first, and then after that, Bhagavatam lectures. So that order will circulate. How the souls of smaller jivas like worms, insects, etc. get elevated and liberated because they don't have the capacity to think about God. Yeah, they cannot. They will not get liberated. They have to come to human form. They have to come to human form, follow the instruction of Guru, then they can get liberated, or it's not possible. Very, very rarely, there are very, very few which we can count on our fingers. Like Gajendra was an elephant. There was a crocodile who got liberated. Gajendra got liberated. And then who else? There are a few more examples here and there. In the animal body, they got special mercy and they got liberated. But the natural course of action is not this. Animals have to come to human form and then they'll get liberated from there. If we chant Hare Krishna while doing some work, does it count under 16 rounds or 4 rounds? No. That is extra rounds. When we chant just like that, it's extra rounds. It's like we have to chant on beats. That is called as, that is our actual rounds. Is devotees of Prabhupada's Vani also Vani Seva? Yes, that is also Vani Seva. But then we have to hear Prabhupada. That is very important. It shouldn't happen like we hear the disciples and grand disciples of Prabhupada and don't hear Prabhupada. No, that will not work. We have to hear Prabhupada. My family says that when we are into Sri Vaishnavas who are also bona fide, why am I following Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava? Although that also is bona fide. Please forgive me. So no problem. If we are Sri Vaishnavas, we can follow Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. But then we should have that association to practice very nicely. Yes. Somehow by Lord's mercy, by Prabhupada's mercy, we have got a very good setup when it comes to Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. And it becomes very easy for us to understand what next to do. Various times people don't understand really what next to do. Yes. And unfortunately, in various sampradayas, the various principles have got diluted, unfortunately. But by Prabhupada's mercy, by the preaching that Prabhupada did, since he propagated the knowledge, the principles became more and more strong, and those are strongly followed. And we have got a huge devotee association. So if anyone wants to choose and practice Krishna consciousness in ISKCON, even when they're from other sampradaya, no problem. They can. Can you please explain about the lords who are in charge of the three modes of material nature? So Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, that is Brahma, then Vishnu and Lord Shiva, they are the in charge of mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So Brahma is the in charge of mode of passion, Vishnu is the in charge of mode of goodness, and Lord Shiva is the in charge of mode of ignorance. So it's a deep topic. Sometime later we'll take that how they are doing things. How to know am I on the right path means progressing. If I'm chanting every day, if I'm reading, hearing, if I'm eager to associate with devotees, now then we can say that yes, I'm progressing. At this level, at the neophyte level, so this is what is the progress at our level. How to be careful that when we chant or pray for others, ego should not come. When we pray for others, we should understand that how miserable the situation is, and then we have to offer a selfless prayers, thinking that they're going through such a tough phase. It's my duty to pray for that person. Please understand that people talk so much about humanity. Yes, devotees, they actually exemplify this quality of humanity. They have got so much of selfless attitude, and they want to help people. Prahlad Maharaj, he actually prayed to Narasimhadev that I am ready to suffer on behalf of all the people of this world. Please take everyone back home, back to Godhead. I will go to hell and suffer on their behalf. Yes. So we are in the line of Prahlad Maharaj. So obviously we cannot take sins of others. We are not qualified. But at least we can pray for others. We can do that. What's the stage that we say someone has attained Krishna? How do one understands? There are different qualities. There are 8 qualities given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. There's a book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So by that we can understand. Those qualities cannot be imitated. That is a high-level topic. Another time, sometime later, we can discuss. So one of the qualities, avyartha kalatvam. He will never waste time. Then namagane sadaruchi. He has a lot of taste for chanting. Then priti tada vasati sthale. He is very much attached to the places where the Lord has performed the pastimes. He wants to reside there. He wants to preach about that, and etc. etc. So like that, we have got these wonderful qualities, and these cannot be imitated. These cannot be imitated by people. We have been listening to you, and we accept you as our guru. I would have been happy to be someone's guru if I would have been a liberated person. But then I am also bound. I'm a guide. I'm a guide where I'm giving guidance on how to advance on the path of Krishna consciousness. Guru is Srila Prabhupada. Guru is Srila Prabhupada. Our Guru is Srila Prabhupada. Yes, so we have to accept Srila Prabhupada as our Guru, and accordingly we have to practice. And obviously we all repeat Prabhupada's instructions only. We don't have anything manufactured by our own. Yes. We are praying or chanting for okay. His Grace Amrendra Prabhu was telling how humble devotee he is. That's why we are so attracted. Yes, yes, true, true. We need people like you to guide us. Yes, in future you also should become a guide, so that people get, many people get benefited. We all have to become a guide in in due course of time in our life. At least few people we should guide so that they take up Krishna consciousness nicely and stay connected to the parampara. When can we know that we are eligible to getting instructions from Guru? Right from day one. We are eligible because we have got human form. Only humans can receive instructions. Who else will receive instructions? Right from day one, we are eligible. Okay. What is not difficult for your parents to Today, what you all want to hear about my story or what? Was it not difficult for your parents? Yeah, it was difficult for my parents. My mother was crying. She was like, how can you leave us? How can you leave your job, etc., etc. Obviously, they are very, very loving parents, and they care a lot for me and things like that. So they were thinking, how will I be able to manage a life of a monk? So they were not able to digest that fact. But now they're so proud about the same. So now we are in touch almost frequently we talk, and my parents ask what next to do in spiritual life. So all that is there. So now the talks over phone is obviously it becomes a discourse on Gita or Bhagavatam. So like that they ask questions, and I try to help them out in various ways. I'm not able to fast today as I'm suffering from weakness, pain, and health problems. How can I compensate? No problem. Chant your rounds, chant more rounds, and pray to Krishna that this is what is my situation. Please help. If for some reason we cannot chant aloud and have to chant in the mind, is it still counted? Yeah, when I had severe throat issue and I was not able to speak at all. So at that time, I was told by senior devotees to chant in the mind. Since I was not able to speak at all, I was told to chant. So I was doing that. It is counted. But then that shouldn't become our everyday job. It's only in a rare situation we have to do that. Why do we cover Japamala inside the bag and meditate and not take it out and meditate? Because it's very sacred. It shouldn't touch our feet and things like that. It shouldn't touch the ground. It shouldn't touch other places. So it has to be kept in the bag. It should be protected like that. In mantra meditation, day second round of chanting used to be others. I was like, I only have so many problems. So why I have to pray for others? And my mind was shaking. Okay. When we pray for others, we are benefited. Yes. Because when we selflessly pray for others, our heart becomes fertile, very, very fertile. And when our heart becomes fertile, we are ready to accept. We are ready to accept the higher truths of life. And lots of mercy will flow in our life because we are selflessly praying for others. So everyone should pray selflessly for others. Even if we don't pray for ourselves, when we pray for others, lots of good things will happen in our life. So selflessly we should pray. That's very, very important. Okay, thank you very much. So we have, okay, this is the last question, which I'm answering. Since I'm a beginner, my throat aches while chanting second or third round aloud. Tips: see, don't chant too loud also. It should be like a volume by which we can hear ourselves, not that the neighbors and people at the top and below they're supposed to hear. Soft, it should be soft by which we can hear. So we should sit in a room which is silent and peace, which is calm. There's no sound around, and we can chant there. Obviously, if someone is sitting besides TV and TV is on a high volume, we have to increase our volume. So, something like that. Oh, Tanishka Mataji, your question, I have given a 2 hours class on this. Why Lord Krishna is accepted as Supreme Personality. I request you to go back and see session number 8 of level 1 Gita course. Who is my real boss? Now there we had an elaborate discussion. So there you'll get the answer. Okay, thank you very much. So I see you all again at 8:30 today in the Mantra Meditation 21 Days Challenge. So let us all meet and chant one round together with other 200, 300 participants. I request all of you all that please offer your prayers to the Lord so that people all around the world, they get some strength to withstand the current situation. So let us all pray for them by chanting 3 times the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada